Hi everyone. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how we helped a friend and a client not only buy their dream home here in Southwest Florida, but also earn over $70,000 in income on that property.
Yes, and if you stick around to the end, we're going to show you exactly how we helped their dream come true, how we helped them make a ton of money, and we're going to break down the math and show you how it's possible for you as well. Okay guys, so here's the story, right? Friend of ours, for the purpose of his privacy, we'll call him Brian. Friend of ours lives up in the Midwest. He got really tired of all the gray, cold, snowy, wintry, icy days. So he called us and said, hey, I really want to buy a property in Southwest Florida. I want to escape some during the winter time. Maybe rent this thing out when I'm not using it, make a little income.
Absolutely. And that's pretty much everybody's story, right? They want to come down here and escape the wintertime, right?
We get that a lot.
But when he first started out with his budget, we started looking at properties and taking it around, and we finally found one or two properties that would work for him, right? Or at least he thought would work for him within his budget. They weren't quite his dream home at the time. They were a little bit smaller and whatever, but you know, he's willing to make sacrifices to get out of that cold, dreary crap up north, right?
That's right, and he actually started out looking at condominiums.
Yes, and so I remember we put him under contract on a condominium, and it was a nice condo, but then by the time we got to the inspections and things like that, we found out.
It had some issues.
Yeah, it had some issues, and so it didn't work out. And after going through this process, so Brian had a little bit of a lower budget at the time, right? After going through this process a couple times of finding properties and one thing or another happened and he couldn't quite get to that finish line, he started to get discouraged.
That's right, he got so discouraged. Almost ready to give up, I'd say.
Yep. And so we sat down with Brian and we said, hey,
let's regroup.
Let's re-strategize this thing, let's figure out a way to where we could get you into a home and get your budget increased, but a way that you could actually afford it. And if we could do that, would it be something you're interested in? Of course, Brian said, yeah, I'm open, right?
So we ran the numbers with him. We dug a lot deeper. We asked different questions than we had asked before. And turns out, guys, that he was actually able to double his budget. The original budget that he had in mind, he had so much more buying power than that. No wonder he didn't like a lot of the things that he was looking at before, because they just didn't really suit his taste or suit his needs, because he was shopping below his means.
Well, and to put some clarification on that is, with the new strategy, his budget was able to increase. It wasn't, his comfort level was a lot less until we showed him the new strategy.
That's right.
Which involved putting a property in our property management program, finding guests to come and rent his place for short periods of time. We call them vacation renters, right? And offset a lot of his bills associated with the property, but not only offset, but actually be in the positive and make money off of owning this property.
Yeah, so a couple things that we did differently. We increased his budget. We stopped shopping for properties in communities that had HOAs or condo associations, so that we could get rid of all those high dues. Also, that helped us eliminate a lot of rental restrictions. So if you're familiar with how HOAs or condo associations work, a lot of them will only allow you to rent your home out so many times per year with a minimum number of days and things like that. So it just really didn't give him the flexibility that he was looking for. So with our new strategy, we were able to help him find that perfect dream home. And I mean, he really loves this property, very resort-like, and put it in our no BS property management program and find bookings for him. Now this property is highly desirable, started booking up quickly right away, able to help him be on track to not only make over $73,000 in rental income, but the icing on the cake here, guys, is he still gets to use the property about 30% of the year.
Yep.
So he still gets to use it for his purpose and enjoy it when he wants to, and just book it up when he's not there.
Exactly. So how does that work out? Let's get into the math of this thing so you can see. Well, first things first is we started showing him properties in Fort Myers area. And part of our strategy was to find him a home in a really good location, because when you're going to have a rental property, location is really important if you want to keep it rented. And so we found this house in the center of Fort Myers. I mean, convenient to absolutely everything. One of the best locations that you can be in. Within the budget that we had set. And then he decided he was going to mortgage the property, right? And so the way that works out is Brian can rent his property on an average of $287 a night. And there's right around a 30% vacancy rate in the area. So he'll have it rented around 70% of the time. And if he does rent it for 70% of the time, that's equal to 255 days. And so if you take 255 days and you multiply that by $287 as an average rent, you can see that it comes up to a gross income of $73,185.
Yeah, now what I want you, just a side note guys, I want you to take into account that these numbers are conservative. We're basing this off of an average of $287 per night, but that doesn't take into account people who are traveling with more than the normal number of guests. So you have, additional guest fees, you have pet deposits and things like that. So just off of the average of $287 a night, he's going to gross $73,185 off of this property.
So not only did he find his dream property, not only did he get to up his budget big time, but he also gets paid to own this property.
Right. Sometimes it takes a little bit of creative thinking, right? Sometimes you just have to go deeper with asking yourself, what do I really want? What do I want to get out of this? How often do I want to use it? And have professionals who are capable of sitting down and doing the math with you. Everything goes back to the math, right? It's all about the numbers. Finding that person that can sit down and just draw that all out for you. After we did that, he was so relieved. He was ready to resume his search right away. And very shortly after that, he found this home of his dreams, and the rest is history. He's making money, he's happy, and he's vacationing here whenever he wants.
Yes.
Right, so if you're interested in buying a home here in Southwest Florida, but you think the timing's not right for you, or that you need to wait until retirement, or maybe the math just doesn't add up, there's no cost or no obligation to do a consultation with us. We can help you find and identify that property. We're really your one-stop shop for helping you all the way through, guys. We'll help you find it. We can help you find things to put in it. And our property management company can help you rent that thing out and keep it booked and making you money.
Exactly. If you think this video was useful and it will help you, please hit that like, subscribe button, and hit that bell button, and you'll be notified whenever we put out new content.
Yeah, and if you think this could help someone else who may be thinking about doing the same thing, feel free to share it, guys.
I'm Doug Lugers.
I'm Lona Lugers.
Thanks for watching.